And this is Myra Lane on the Buying Space channel. Today I'm reading from the Torah. I'm reading from Genesis chapter 10, the Table of Nations. The Table of Nations, even though it's genealogy and a lot of people consider it boring, it is absolutely not boring. It's an outline of the early civilizations of the earth, which I find highly interesting. And in chapter 10, we not only are introduced to nations, we are introduced to tribes and people and relationships between those people. And if you look at an ancient map, you will see these names on ancient biblical maps after the time of Noah. And this genealogy goes from Noah to the Tower of Bable. And some of these are very ancient mysteries. And if you're into archaeology at all, you'll recognize some of these names as to be from some of the territories. Unfortunately, like the Assyrians, a lot of their ruins and remains and statues and artifacts were destroyed by ISIL. They did not want the early history of the peoples on the earth known. So I'm not saying all Muslims wanted that, just the members of ISIL that thought they were entitled to the lament still. They wanted to destroy all evidence to the contrary, and they did a great deal of destruction, unfortunately. There are photos and there are videos about the areas and the artifacts before that destruction was made, and that's pretty much all we have left. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to outline pre-Canaanite history. A little bit of post-Canaanite, but very little. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were the sons born after the flood, the sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog. Gog, and Magog are mentioned in Revelation, and understanding their origins might help you understand the prophecies of Revelation. Not boring at all. And Medel, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshish, and Taras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. And Javan's sons, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Darganim. Were these separated the isles of the nations in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families in their nations. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mitzrayim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush, Sheba, and Havilah, Sabta, and Raman, and Sabtaz. And the sons of Raman, Sheba, and Degan. And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty man on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Irish, and Asad, and Kalish, and the land of Shinar. Out of the land went forth Asher, and built Nineveh, in the city of Rechoboth, and Kalish. Went forth Asher. Could that be the Assyrians? And Reshum between Nineveh and Kalish, the same is the great city. And Mitzrayim begot Ludim, and Amin, and Labam, and Naphtuchem. Okay, and then, since this is a Torah, you turn backwards instead of forwards to the next page. And Pathrasim and Calism went forth the Pelishtim and Captorim, and Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth. Now Sidon is believed to be the founder of the Phoenicians. And Jebusite, and Amorite, and Girgasite, and Hivite, and Akite, and Sinite, and the Acravite, and the Zimmerite, and the Hamathite, and after were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. I've also often wondered if any of these were jewel names, and they were names of stones that came out of certain regions that whose founding fathers were these names, and where are those precious stones at, and if they correlate any to these names. If somebody out there knows their jewelry, knows their stones, knows their cabochons, I'd be interested in knowing if those names are mentioned in genealogy. So, and the border of the Canaanites from Sidon hast thou comest Gerar and Gazal, as thou goest into Sodom and Gomorrah, and Edom, and Zeobim, and even unto Lesha. Now we know Sodom and Gomorrah becomes an immortal city and is destroyed by God. These are sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, in their nations. And unto Shem, the father of the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, to him were also children born. The sons of Shem, Elam, Asher, and Arpachshad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Amram, Uz, which I think became later, that I'm not sure on, because there's an of Chaldees. I think that's where Abraham is born, but I'm not sure if that's the same. And Hul, and Gether, and Nosh. And Arpachshad begot Shalish, and Shalish begot Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for his days on the earth were divided. And his brother was named Joktan. And Joktan begot Almazad, and Selamith, and Hazarmith, and Jermosh, and Habram, and Azul, and Dekolal, and Obal, and Abinel, and Sheba, and Orpher, and Havana, and Jacob. And these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Mesha, as thou goest towards Sephar, the mount of the east. These were the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. And these were the families of the sons of Noah, after their generation, in their nations. And from these were the nations separated on the earth after the flood. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to discuss any of the derivations or meanings or history or anything I proposed in this video, please put it in the comments. And if our discussion goes further than that, maybe we can do a collaboration about the boring Genesis chapter 10. Thank you.